What if we stop polarizing stuff? What if we just start living life and see what happens? Who says that something is good or bad? We cannot connect the dots looking forward, we can only connect them looking backwards. What Steve Jobs said. Because if I start polarizing my life, if I started polarizing my life, I wouldn't be here talking in front of this camera. Because my experience with PEDs, my experience with bodybuilding, if I started saying it was so bad, if I started naming things, I would have left it a long time ago. Even the thing with the drugs, my voice changed actually in the beginning of the journey because I was thinking something that was not supposed to be, was supposed to be Anavar, it wasn't Anavar. So at this time, if I said to myself, this is the worst thing that has happened to me, and I demonize it, and I polarize it, I wouldn't be able to go forward. And right now, analyzing it and thinking about it, the thing that kept me going further was the fact that I've never said to myself, this is the worst moment of my life. I just kept going. Okay, maybe I wasn't that emotionally aware at that point, just because when you're on very low hormones, especially estrogen, you don't really know what's going on. In these points of my life, I've lived through simply as a robot. You get into a prep, you finish, you tick off all the boxes, you do your cardio, you do your training, you eat your food. The day goes by, another day comes, and you just wait for the competition. But maybe this is the thing that saved me. Because I'm telling you, I've started in 2018. 2022, my voice has already viralized. So if it was the point where I said to myself, this is the worst thing, I'm never gonna do this sport again. Firstly, I wouldn't have reversed my voice. I've actually done vocal therapy and I got it better. If you need some assistance with that, I can give you contacts. Firstly, that. Secondly, I wouldn't have continued my career because you know that once you said to yourself, oh my God, this is something so bad that I'm never gonna go back to it, I would have never given myself the chance to actually try it natural. Why not? Okay, I've done drugs, so what? Do I need to keep doing that? Not really, no. Mm-mm. Somebody said that when you've taken drugs, you need to stay on drugs and you need to keep your career on drugs. Maybe somebody somewhere in the world thinks that. But is this a fact? Or is it something that bodybuilding society makes us think? That once you start drugs, you can never go back. And it's the same with life. Okay, you do something, you see that it's a mistake, it might be a mistake. So what? It might be the best mistake in your life and actually make you do a 180 and change it. Why not? When you think about that, yes, it's a bit philosophical, but you can change everything. Yes, I came out of my preps in 2022, 2023, and 2024 with a very large disproportion between my quads and my glutes because I didn't know how to train properly when it comes to posterior chain. So what? Does this mean that I need to keep going through life as a Quadzilla without glutes? Not really. It's always a choice. We always have a choice. And considering something, demonizing it as bad, or taking it something, the best moment of my life, how do you know it's going to be the best moment of your life? I've actually learned more from my mistakes and from the hardest moments of my life. Hardest, not the worst. Hardest. I've learned the most. And it's actually the losses that have kept me going, because I wanted more. And I wanted to learn more, and I wanted to get better. So what's the point of saying what's good and bad? Is there a point of it?